Okay, good morning and good afternoon or good evening, depending on when you listen to this slide presentation from and at what time you're hooked up. Welcome to the Cisco CyberOps training. My name is Victor and I'm going to be your anchor for this show. Okay, this is a 28th module series for Tier 1 SOC analysts. We started from looking at the danger, looking at several components of our network, what constitutes data. We started looking at the elements of information security. We looked at quite a lot. And we have two modules to go for this cybersecurity training. Now, in module 27, we're going to be looking at working with network security data. Most SOC analysts are going to be doing majority of their work on the network, whereas some, depending on your specialty, you're going to be working on maybe any of the cloud platforms, or you're going to be working on regular web applications. Okay, so let's try it on. So, what are the objectives for this particular module? We want to be able to explain how data is prepared for use in network security monitoring system. Because first of all, you have to collate data. You have to get data. It's the data that makes it possible for you to analyze. It's the data that makes it possible for you to do some interpretation. It's the data that helps you to now make some inferences. It's the data that helps you to now take action, mitigating action, countermeasure based actions, documentation, change of your policies, training of your staff, retraining of your staff. So use security onion tool to investigate network security events. So for in this module, we're just going to learn the basics of what we need to do with respect to working with network security data. In another presentation, we'll be running hands-on how you can use security onion to do that, because I think there's about 2-3 labs in this module. But for this module, for this slide presentation, I'm just going to explain the silent points, the most critical points. And please don't forget to log on to your SQL LMS and read up your materials and get set for your exam. Then, of course, describe network monitoring tools that enhance workflow management. Of course, the days are gone by where you have to be running everything on your command line. Yes, you need to do that, but there are robust tools now that can help you do most of this network monitoring. You also need to now be able to interpret the data, determine the source of the attack or the alert, and now take action for that. A common data platform. So Security Onion includes several suites, right? So something is going to acquire the data for you, something is going to store it, and something is going to provide a visual interface for you. So that's one good thing about the Security Onion project. It's open source. It also has its premium premium tools and plugins. So what are the aspects of the Security Onion? So we have let me start from Logstash. So it enables collection and normalization of network data into data indexes that can be effectively searched by Elasticsearch. For instance, if you're getting IP address, you're getting MAC address, you're getting several things. How do you kind of stash them together? How do you put them in a nice way that you could do search, you could do sorting, you could do filtering, just like you will filter by protocol, or you filter by IP address, or you filter by whatever within your Wireshark. So Sukuri provides you something more detailed. Okay, same thing for bits. So a series of software plugins that send different types of data to Elasticsearch, Search data stores. Then of course Elasticsearch. That's what stores all of that analyzed data. Then Kibana does the visualization. Like I said, that Kibana is used in several aspects for data analysts. They will get to understand this. You could use this for network monitoring. You could use this for basic data coming from web or coming from cloud. Okay, so data reduction. So to reduce data, it is essential to identify the network data that should be gathered and stored to reduce the burdens on system. By limiting the volume of data, tools like Elasticsearch will be far more useful. So this is Elasticsearch. So all network security monitoring tools, data sources, whether it's 6log, whether it's alerts, whether it's transactional, whether it's pickups, whatever it is, that comes into this place, and you can now pick up just the relevant data to limit the volume of information you are dealing with. So this is what we'll talk when we talk about data normalization. So this is what we're referring to. So whatever type of data you have, you want to stream it into ways that you can actually search, you could filter. For instance, if you have this guy, I think this is a typo. All of this happened to just one system. This is one system. Okay, rather, this is different formats. So what about if I want to filter, if I want to search out all of the events, all of the alerts that have happened to this particular PC? So if it's not formatted this way, it will be difficult for me to do that. So data archiving, so you could decide what you want to hold. Just like your regular antivirus suite. Your regular antivirus suite is going to collect a lot of data. You're going to determine what you want to archive, what you want to quarantine, what you want to keep for later checkup. So there's a lab here. We're going to look at it later on. So investigating network data. So working with SQL, Security Onion, the first place that the cybersecurity analyst will go to verify alerts is SQL. So it provides correlations, similar alerts into a single file, and provides a way to view correlated events represented by the line. Right? So it archives everything and gives you a way to like see relationship between the different types of alerts. So we'll do a separate video for you see how it works. Okay, so this still SQL. For Elastic search, I've said you have all of this data stashed and you have Kibana presenting those data. And once you have all of this data coming, Kibana helps you to be able to search between time range, within IP address, within nodes on your networks, and helps you be able to analyze data in a very systematic manner. So you have history back, present, and it can help you to be able to do. It can even help you to do your baselines, right? Your like so that you can better understand your network, understand your data, whatever data source that you have, you can better understand it. For instance, look at this. You see, there's a spike here. So this is more or less like a trend. So whenever you have those spikes, you want to be able to now do more investigation and understand, check up your logs and know what happened and why it happened. Okay. Uh, any special thing? So these are all labs. We'll look at it in a separate video, all of the labs for the 28 modules. So please log into your CISCO learning management system and watch this very long 15 minutes video. It tells you how you could use Kibana to investigate security events. It's very uh, uh, detailed. How you can investigate SQL injection attack, data exfiltration. When you hear data exfiltration, you're talking about people stealing data off from a DNS server. And it can be from a DNS server, it can be from website, it can be from anywhere. Data exfiltration, when you pick up data, converting hexadecimal to binary text. Okay, there's a lab. There's also a video showing how Struggle used to investigate security alerts and identify relevant hosts. How Kibana can be used to review logs, identify the host and types of connections and files used in an attack. There's a 14 minutes video. Please make sure you watch it to help you better understand these concepts. Okay, there's a lab, there's a lab, there's a lab. So how do you enhance the work of the cybersecurity analysts? Right? Visualization is very important. It makes the work very, very easier, right? So because you have everything presented for you, all you just need to do is to filter. If anything you don't understand, you escalate to your tier 2 or tier 3 and decisions can be made. Okay, so that's all for the Cisco CyberOps Module 27, which is working with network security data. So whatever data you have, You want to use one or two tools in security here. Sorry, security onion here is a case study. You want to use that to be able to filter, uh, see what is happening, and of course make inferences from that. Now we're going to be considering a separate video altogether for all of the labs in this module. There are, like I said, there are about 20 something of them. So we'll just pick out the most important ones. We'll run them so that you can follow along and practice. The security onion machine that you're going to be using for this lab, for the labs in 27, you already have it on your CISCO Learning Management platform. It's about 3 gig. Make sure you download it and get set for the labs that are going to come together with the course. Thank you very much and see you in the next module.